guys, Tyo Guru Neitlich here. Welcome back to the Spector Creative channel. I use this channel to try to explain a lot of the things about the toy industry and the kind of action figure collecting aspect of that. And one of those is how in the world do toy companies secure placement at retail? I mean, obviously, getting to be on aisle or on an end cap is a huge victory, and getting placement means you're going to get sales. So, how is this exactly done? Well, it's actually done through what's called a road show. A lot of people are under the impression it's done through things like New York Toy Fair or Dallas Toy Fair, but it's not quite. You see, everybody wants their toy line at mass retail. I mean, everybody. Ask any toy company, and that's where the sales are. Now, some toy lines have kind of got what are thought of as evergreen presence, meaning they're in the toy aisle, and kind of once they're in the aisle, they're in there for life. Now, this is kind of true. I mean, there are certain brands. Batman tends to be, evergreen. But there are also brands that are what are called seasonal, brands that basically are tied directly to content or a current promotion, which really only lasts during that promotion or while that content is in theaters. Indiana Jones is a great example. It only manages to hold on to placement in the retail aisle during movie years. Off movie years, yeah, you're not likely to find an Indiana Jones toy. Star Wars also an example of a evergreen property, but one that stays evergreen by constantly having new content. And that really is the key. You can't just have a good brand, things like Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, WWE. You have to have constant content to maintain the evergreen status. Most retailers want toys that are bright, that are going to catch the attention of moms, parents, gift givers, and kids. When you're walking through the aisle, I want that, mommy, buy that for me, or daddy, or, I'll buy it with my own money, darn it. So, with this emphasis on, bright, colorful characters and known IP, how in the world do you convince a retailer to take your product? And while this is done in some part through the toy shows like Dallas and New York and Nuremberg, really that's what's called a retail preview. What retailers get are the Convince Me show. In other words, a partnership between the toy maker and the studio or the IP owner. And it's kind of like one of those old, 1800s, quack doctor things where they promise the world, they drive up and, huge dog and pony show. It's basically a strategic alliance between the manufacturer of the product and the IP owner, usually a movie studio. So a Mattel, a Hasbro, a Spin Master would connect with a Sony, a Warner Brothers, a Lucasfilm, etc., and they're going to team up and basically literally go to each major retailer and make them an amazing offer. Studios will also sometimes bring talent along or even props or different, ways of showing off the movie. And really the idea of the roadshow is to make the retailer feel incredibly special and how the entire promotion is dependent on their participation and that this said toy line is perfectly aligned with their retail strategy. Hey, Target, hey, Walmart, you're already trying to, this is your, key thing for the year. And on top of that, we'll even give you exclusives if you take our line. And that's kind of the icing on the cake. So between a roadshow with huge dog and pony aspect and a customized line, ideally you're going to wind up with this. But not always. More likely than not, you're going to get rejected. About only 10% of the toys that want to be at mass retail actually are hanging at mass retail. And it's all because of these road shows. I hope that brings a little insight into how toys are sold into retail and how much it's a very customized presentation to each retailer that the toy companies and content studios have to travel around the country, if not the world, presenting over and over again to each major retailer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. The best way to support this channel is to share it with others. Thank you so much for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.